my two sons, I'm still listed as their mother with my masculine name that I changed in 2014.
A recent case heard in Quebec's Court of Appeal has ignited debate about whether Quebec's family law is outdated and should be changed to accommodate LGBTQ2+ families and reduce bureaucratic hurdles.
And Sam has transitioned, what, 7 years ago?
Yeah.
And for that second, it's like nothing's done. You just like somebody just called you ma'am.
Samuel Champagne says it's a blow that his name and role on his children's paperwork doesn't represent his reality. His partner Eric might one day adopt his two children, but mother and father roles on their birth certificates put them in a tough position.
There's no dad on the certificate right now, so there's a place for me, which is completely not right. I would be father, which I am not, and Sam would still be on their mother. So that makes no sense. I mean, we get the bill from school and it says Eric Toupin father and Samuel Champagne mother.
And even worse than that, they still have my birth name on the bills at school, even though I changed my name. I brought the certificates 5 years ago.
Last month, Quebec's Court of Appeal overturned a decision to have the birth certificate of a child who was raised by a lesbian couple include the child's known sperm donor as the father and remove a parent that initially signed on. It raised the question of why more than two legal parents can't be recognized on a child's birth certificate in Quebec, like in other provinces such as BC and Ontario. An LGBT family advocate says it's time for Quebec to catch up with the times.
The last time that the family law was reformed was in the 1980s, and the reality of families in Quebec has changed over the years. So we're looking at many new family constellations that didn't exist before, or maybe they existed but we didn't know about them so much. And so we're talking about anything from families with transgender parents.
For Champagne, as a trans parent, he says even going across the border is a headache with all of the different legal documents he has to bring for him and his kids. McGill Law Dean Robert Leckie says the best way to remedy this problem is to change birth registration documents from including mother and father to parent 1 and parent 2.
At minimum, if we're going to stick with mother and father, we have to make it possible that if someone transitions so that their new recognized legal gender doesn't align with something on a kid's birth certificate, we have to be able to correct that.
It's just gonna make it simpler for people that doesn't fit in that box.
In Montreal, Alyssia Rubertucci, City News.